Are we chopped?
Are we chopped? 100%.
Oh God.
While I wait for people to come back in, I do want to apologize about the stream stuff. I don't know what exactly was going on, but yeah, I do apologize about all of that, guys. I'm just going to quickly get everything set up and ready to go for you all while everyone slowly comes back in and we get the rant started. Brody, just give me a heads up if everyone is hopping.
Yeah, we got
And
people
whatnot.
coming in. It's
Okay.
fine now. It's fine. I was
I
hoping to
honestly,
see the full Rothrock rant. I mean, dude, I
we
can,
can, dude, don't worry. Brody's got that shit in lock.
dude, I could rant about this dude for ages, and I feel bad because it's like it's not even mainly him.
No, it's not his fault per
Yeah,
se.
it's really
It's just
not.
of the system of everything that we have created with this team. And that is the issue behind that. That's the
I
problem.
I actually have one nice thing I want to say about him,
Okay,
so
go
that
for it.
way I
It
can say a
evens it
lot of
out.
mean things. Yeah.
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 Go for it.
Okay, we're good. We good?
Yeah, everyone make sure, everyone give us a thumbs up. We're good. Things like that. Everyone let us know. I'm just adding the final touches to YouTube Studio. Because again, I'm abruptly putting all this together for you all. So I truly apologize. Was not planned for it. I am really sorry.
We are good.
Okay, we're good. Okay, cool. Then let's get started. Where do you guys want us to start with the stream? Where do we want to go back onto? Okay, we can do a quick little go back. We can go
Little
back
recap.
and yeah, we can do a
Move
quick
slow
little
motion backwards.
rewind.
Restart.
Restart. But we pretty much just talked about how just like Brian's presser, just it was kind of hard to watch. Again, not saying it's per se Brian's fault, but it's shit's not looking good. Craig Weibel, absolute numpty. Adrian Hanauer's cooking this team. And then pretty much how every fan got gaslighted for actually having an opinion. Sounders media just kind of like making fans have to put on the rose tinted glasses, and that's a big problem because now Sounders media is backtracking and saying, well, now the team's not good, but like it's too late now because
Greg
you guys
Weibel's cooking. You just what was that stupid fucking headline?
it was like, I mean, obviously
Craig
it's
Weibel's
haunting
cooking. You just have
Sounders at heart, but it was a writer that
it's yeah. And
yeah,
he goes. Craig Weibel's cooking. You just have bad
bad
taste. I think
taste,
that's what
yeah.
it was.
Yeah, just it wasn't one of the main guys. It was just, and I mean, I don't, yeah.
I think it
And
was.
obviously, like, how, like, you just have bad taste. Okay, then Brody, I guess go on about the Rothrock rant, and then we will continue things as is.
Yeah. Well, first thing I want to say something nice, and that was that, and I said this to Cheyenne as well. After that 5-1 ass whooping at home against the Portland Timbers, the most embarrassing loss in team history, I would expect, for example, if this was like 2019 Sounders and this happened, I'm expecting like Nico in the presser. I'm expecting, Christian or JP or just whoever. I'm expecting one of the big boys on the team to step up, face the media, answer all the tough questions and whatnot. Holy smokes, dude, it's doing it again. You're kidding me.
No.
Bro, what is this, man?
Is it my Wi-Fi? It's working.
It's working, but then it's gonna work. Then it's not gonna work.
I think this might be a StreamYard thing.
Maybe I should stop talking. So every time I talk, every time I say what I'm about to say, it's.
I genuinely think it might be a StreamYard issue. I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
are you able to
for me.
Are you able to stream off of YouTube directly?
No, I can't, unfortunately.
No. Okay. And then F. Yeah. Every time Brody talks, it gets laggy.
I don't even know what to say. It looks like we might have to record it as a video. Oh, throwback to the.
Dude. I don't want to do that because I've got everyone here, dude.
I know. I agree.
Yeah. But about the captains,
we're
I
good
mean,
now. You know what, guys? We're gonna try our best. We're just gonna roll with it, and whatever happens, happens. And then,
yeah.
because at the end of the day, this will be posted as a video, so I'm assuming it won't lag and stuff when it is out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, even
Okay,
you lower your
yeah, I know, JJ. You have to tell me how to lower
yeah.
bitrate. I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
You gotta help bunk out here.
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
By the way,
But
everyone that's staying in the chat, you guys are the go. This is why I had to start out the stream saying I missed you guys because you guys are goaded for sitting through all of this. By the way, you guys are goaded. I'm literally googling how to lower.
how to lower bitrate?
Holy smokes, bro!
I'm trying to look to see if there's anything in the settings for me to.
But I mean, while it's working, I was just gonna say, yeah, I know like it doesn't matter. The problems are still the problems, no matter who goes out there. But it was nice to see like I'm one after a loss like that. I'm expecting a Reagan. I'm expecting a like I know the Rolled On brothers couldn't do it, but I'm expecting a Reagan or a Jordan or a Rusnak or Nuhu who was named captain at the time. And I'm getting a 19-year-old Snyder Burnell and Paul Rothrock out there to face the media after the worst loss in club history. So I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I know it's like the easy gimmick to throw Rothrock out there because it's like, have you seen like it's like that SpongeBob meme where like you stick out SpongeBob, woo, and then the crowd cheers. Like that's what it is. Oh, we have a problem. Okay, Rothrock. Everyone go, oh look, it's Paul Rothrock.
It's a really bad look too. Another funny part is as well is Rothrock's post-match interview after the 5-1 loss. Don't judge us based on this result. Judge us from our response. Well, we've lost 5 games since. So do we want to circle back to that? Yeah.
The effort has looked worse. It's only declined. Oh man,
Reagan. I mean, it's funny. Someone commenting about Reagan. What a dummy that guy was, getting an unnecessary red.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but Reagan played in the 5-1 loss. I'm pretty certain he did.
But I mean, he brought it up, and something I forgot.
Cyber attacked.
I could try. Oh no, I don't think it's gonna work. I just don't have. I was gonna say I could connect to my phone's Wi-Fi and see if that improves anything. I feel bad because I don't even know what else to say. I think we just got to keep pushing along and just keep doing what we're doing. And again, it's unfortunate because we keep losing viewers. Like we had 30 plus people in, and then they all skedaddle because the stream's just dog poo.
All right. Well,
it's good now. I think it's just gonna happen. I think it's just a StreamYard thing. I don't even.
For the people that are still there, is it like speed up lag or something, or is it like are we literally just half of what we're saying is being cut off completely, or is it just lagging? And then you guys hear what we say, and then lagging.
Let me see. Okay, I don't know how do I lower the stream resolution though. That's the thing. I mean, I could lower myself. Here you go, 360p. I hope this helps. There you go.
Then resumes. So you guys do end up hearing what? Oh, half of what you say we don't. Okay.
No, incorrect, Brody.
Okay. Got it. Cool.
Let me see if removing all of this helps out as well. Guys, don't listen to trolls. A little bit of lag and stuff, but it's good. Let's not make shy on 2 pixels. Good. Do I look good? I lowered my camera to 360p.
Dude, you always look good, man. Hey, stream's good.
Brody, just in case, do you want to lower yours? If you click the setting bar and go on camera and then go on camera resolution, go 360p. The stream is still 720, so
yeah.
Oh dang, you got a little zoomed in there. Whoa.
Hey. Come on now. Back to Brody's take.
Okay,
dude,
let's just
we're trying, man. They're trying to silence us. It's the Matrix. It's the Sounders Matrix.
I guess Brody, you're just gonna have to go zoomed in. Looks maxing suddenly.
Dude, looks like he's streaming in days.
Who, me? Is it that bad? Oh my god, let me
Or
look.
Is it me? Is it me because I went so low low res, and I don't have like a proper camera like you, so it's
I
probably
think
me.
yours looks good. I honestly think both of us look good. It's better now. I mean, I just lowered our camera resolution.
Do we want to be able to hear what we say and look chopped or look not chopped and then not? Ideally, we could just okay. We can't
We
tell.
can't tell. Let's just go. Okay, we're done. We're done.
Let's say we're just going, bro.
Okay.
We're just going. Okay.
Okay, let's continue. Let's know if it lags, it lags, guys. I apologize. Wallahi, it's not us. It's not us.
do we need to timestamp the Rothrock the Rothrock rant? 11:40. Okay. Anyways, so my point is, and like we've been saying, when we had takes about Jordan Morris, about Albert Rusnak, about these players, we were mocked, belittled, saying you guys are idiots. You don't know what you're talking about. You're part of the anti-Rusnak brigade, anti-Morris brigade. And again, with Paul Rothrock, like this dude is being propped up by the media as the savior of the team, the face of the team. This whole last year was a whole Paul Rothrock media campaign, as if this dude is the face of our franchise. You know, it's Obafemi and Clint, it's Nico and Raul, and it's Paul fucking Rothrock, baby. That's how he's getting marketed as. He's the next big thing. And my point is that, and my opinion on him has always been the same. It's always been Rothrock is a fine role player. There's things that he does exceptionally well. He works very hard. He knows how to make intelligent runs, back post. Everyone else is creating offense. He puts himself in the right positions often and gets rewarded. And he's very quality at that. The problem is that he's nothing more than that. He's not a superstar. He's not a star. He's not an all-star. These are what they have been feeding. They have been telling everybody Paul Rothrock is an all-star level player and that he is the face of the team, that he is like a marquee player in the attack, that he's better than Pedro de la Vega when healthy. He's better than Ryan Kent. He's better than Georgie Monongu and all these guys. The reality is, we've seen the last several games, Rothrock has had the opportunity to be the main player in the attack. He's been the opportunity to be the focal point of the offense. And it's not like he's had complete nobodies. Like Dero is, he's shown that he can be competent at times. Albert Rusnak, Jesus Ferreira, like he has enough quality to be good, And he has been propped up as the face and the focal point of this attack. And we have seen that the last several games, and what has happened? He has looked horrible. He has been terrible. His only goal was a Snyder Brunel shot off hits two parts of the post, comes back, hits his ball sack or thigh and goes in.
That's the Areola special.
Dude, that's the level. And again, it's the one thing he's good at, finding himself at the right place at the right time. But asking this dude to create offense, beat players up the dribble, put in a quality cross. Have you seen these fucking crosses go sail over everybody, go out for a fucking goal kick, a throw in? Maybe not a throw, that's exaggerating, but he's sailed crosses. He can't create opportunities for himself. He's not really it's just been a shit show. And my point is that it's like so funny watching, Sounders media and fans like realize in real time, wait, Paul Rothrock is not that good? Like, wait, when Paul Rothrock is asked to do this, and this, he's worse all of a sudden? This is not computing because I thought he was the GOAT. I thought Paul Rothrock was the greatest of all time. But he's being asked to. Nico Ladero in his prime probably gets us a result yesterday.
Dude, Albert's miss, 6 yards out, wide open, hits its side netting.
Like, I'm not saying that was a tap-in, right? It was a difficult attempt, but to not even put it
target.
On frame.
Yeah.
Put it on frame. Knew who had a better attempt on the fucking volley, 25 yards out, and it was closer.
Volley. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was closer. And, bro, like, Rusnak, and credit to him, Rusnak was actually, it looks like, for the first time in a while, Rusnak was actually trying last game. Like, he was running around. And still, it just led to fucking nothing. Like,
what I liked about last night's commentary, though, again, to keep transitioning and we keep going off each other's points, they brought up so many interesting things. Like, dude, Taylor Twellman was not holding back at all, talking about how, like, Sounders have needed to make a signing for ages. Yeah, it doesn't matter that they're bringing in Tacoma guys. They need to play. Crazy stat that I've been talking about for years was Jordan Morris only has 1 goal against the Timbers in his 10 years here with the club. 1 goal. And that's supposed to be one of our guys we're expecting to come in and help. But like a thing that Brian threw his toys about was, oh, well, we don't have the squad. We everyone's hurt and like this and that. And like, okay. But like, even if they were fit, would they have made a big difference in this game? Like Jordan has never been that
no.
big. Like outside of I think one game in 2019 where he got 2 assists essentially in the Sounders Timbers rivalry. Albert Rusnak has never shown up in it, like really in any of these games. Like, and then our depth, like Areola, Dotson, just such shit signings. A bunch of injury prone, washed up players that people are like, oh, this is cool. Well, Dotson's cool. He's from Seattle. Areola's cool because he was good 5 years ago. Like,
and he's not going to be a TAM, guys. We promise he's not going to be a TAM player.
And he is a
TAM.
Wait,
he's a fucking TAM player. No, but when that got reported, they were saying that we're buying him down from a TAM, or like or when we traded for him, they would take part of his salary, so he'd be a senior squad player. So it's like, okay. Like when I heard that, I was like, all right. I mean, like this can't be the main move, right? We would always say this can't be the main move. But like as like a rotational squad guy, I'm like, you can do worse, right? Like I was like kind of looking forward to that. But then, oh wait, no, he's a TAM. No, wait, he's a max TAM. And we're actually going to let Ryan Kent walk and trade Georgie to keep this fucking guy in. And he's, tore his ACL. Very unfortunate.
Like season high, like scoring record. How, wouldn't be a bad idea maybe to try to cash in on him, as this would be a good opportunity. We didn't do that. Musovski outshined him. It's just like, at this point, honestly, we would have to cut one of the DP's deals to make a big impact type of signing. We have to make some serious cuts. We've re-signed everybody to multi-year deals, big multi-year deals, very like slightly above average players that should not be DPs, max TAMs, whatever they may be.
Yeah.
And like at this point, like let's use LAFC as an example. The Giroud deal was not working out. So they just said, F it, we're going to cut his deal and bring in Son. And within a span of a couple of weeks or a month, whatever it was.
Yeah. And then they brought in Son, and they were the most dynamic attack in the league. We would have to, at this point, we would have to do that. And it's pissing me off that like Brian, Craig, I don't know who's like talking like to who, but they're like, we don't want to make a panic signing. I think it is the dumbest excuse ever. We're not saying for you guys to make a panic signing. Make a signing that you should have been scouting for the last
this whole time.
It's
been so evident our attack is dry.
Oh my God.
And we don't want to put in any resources to try to find replacements, because you know what that shows you and tells all of us? That we do not care. We are cool with going with mid Morris, mid Rusnak, go Snack. We're cool with Della Vega getting hurt. Like, come on, guys.
Bro, when you said the first time you ever said go Snack, I remember a certain group of people clowning you super hard. And then I go into that certain group of people's streams, and they're now calling bro go Snack.
Yeah, shout out Lobbing Scorchers.
Hell yeah. Good job. Hey,
I mean, we
did.
I mean, dude, we literally were the first ones to make the go Snack emoji.
Can we just say, like, and then their defense is like, well, at the time when we signed him, he was good. Good player. He did good player thing, and therefore we should sign him. And it's not a bad. It's only a bad now because he played bad now. When the point is like, bro, you're re-signing these dudes for 2-3 years. I mean, think about Jordan Morris. We re-signed him at what, age 29? 2 major ACL injuries, several other injuries coming off his worst season.
Well, what did we re-sign? Like a 6-year deal or something? It
was like 4 years with a cupcake DP contract.
That Ferrer also has, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we're saying, bro, maybe Jordan Morris can be fine now. Keyword fine. 13 goals in the season it's fine, But you're resigning this guy for 4 years. You're handicapping yourself to this guy for 4 years, and you can't sign a striker who's actually elite because you have to put this guy up top. And we're saying that's a bad idea. Don't do that. But at the time, they're like, "You're an idiot. You're stupid. You hate the team. You are just a hater."
Brigade.
Yeah, and then same with Rusnak. It's like, dude, maybe Rusnak has good counting numbers. First of all, take away the penalty kicks and set pieces. What does he do?
Nothing. He only feeds against St. Louis.
You want to know the biggest compliment I've heard about Rusnak is that he moves the ball around. So do fucking 10 other guys it's called soccer, buddy. I hate to break it to you. 10 other guys on the field do that. They also move the ball around. That can't be your only thing. You can't make sideways passes for 90 minutes and then trot to the next spot in the field and be worth DP money if you're not like scoring pens and free kicks, putting in good crosses and whatnot. Like when we re-signed him, it was for what I think 2-year deal with an option.
2 or 3, yeah, something like that.
It was like a 2-year deal with an option, I think. And
we're in 1 year of the 2.
Yeah, we said at the time, Albert Rusnak's fine. Like he's fine. But what's he gonna be in 2 years, 3 years? And also, like we can do better, but that was my main point. What's he gonna be the year after that and the year after that for all these extra years? And you got hated on. Everyone got hated, or us two specifically got hated on because it's like, well, he's good now.
Statistically, he's good, yeah.
Quote unquote, he's good now. So therefore, it's not a bad signing. And then now, fast forward to today, everyone's like, bro, Rusnak sucks. Rusnak's terrible. Yeah, dude, that's the whole point. We knew that this was going to happen. That's why we said don't re-sign him. It's cool.
But remember Favi's logic too. He's like, oh well, Rusnak's a good. I'm like, could be worse.
Which from his point of view, he's a fucking Earthquakes fan. So I get it.
But dude, they're so good now.
I don't agree with this. Yeah, but at the time, right? At the time, like I understood it, like why an Earthquakes fan would say that. But for a Sounders fan that has seen the likes of Oba, Clint, Nico, I don't even gotta name all the dudes. As Sounders fans who have seen the likes of these players to be okay with and be complacent by re-signing Rusnak, no fan should have been happy with that.
No.
And
I just think it's the roster build, dude. I can't get over the roster build. This would have been such a good year for players like Danny and Georgie and stuff.
Yeah.
They would have gotten so many minutes. They would have been the main guys in this team. We don't even need to get started with how we sold Obed for freaking nothing. We sold him for pennies on the dollar.
Can we talk about that real quick? Because I want to make this a more overall point. Like, obviously, we all are in agreement that change needs to happen. Now, obviously, like to me and to most of us, the biggest problem, in my opinion, and the only problem, is the ownership and the GM. But the thing is, right, if for those that want Brian out completely, I understand being like, bro, like, come on, this is a bad run of form, and maybe you're a bit like hesitant on Brian. But for those of you that are like, Brian needs to be out first, Craig Weibel has fucked up everything he's touched. He has fucked up
the rabbit thing.
We made a video, and we can make a part 2, part 3 of that video, but we went through move by move how he screwed the Sounders, botched every move, and he went on to do that even more. And it all culminated for me. The worst of the worst was the Obed Vargas. Like, you can't get $3 million from that kind of player. I'm sorry, you can't. And like Taco Kid, bro, Arston went for 7.5. Obed is better than Max Arston, in my opinion. The Lucas Harrington kid went for 20 mil. A 15-year-old that has played 2 professional games went for like what, 5, 6, 7 million to Chelsea, and we got 3 million for Obed Vargas.
And it's funny because we had better offers for Obed too the summer before during the Club World Cup, and we chose not to sell him then.
But my point is, you've seen this guy fuck up everything he's touched. Everything he's touched. And you want to give him the opportunity to hire a new coach? You want to move on from Brian and give this fucking nitwit the opportunity to hire a coach for the future of this team? Bro, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. In my opinion, unless, bro, realistically, Hanauer's probably not going to go anywhere.
That's the biggest issue is, unfortunately, in this sport, the coach is if you want change, the odds of a GM getting kicked out is very less likely than
which I generally speaking
forgot about this one.
Like I said, we made a whole thing. We could have got $4 million for him. Instead, he was a throwaway player in a Jesus Ferreira trade. I think his value in that trade must have been like $400K.
A bag of chips.
Oh, we lost 10x. Cool, good shit. Craig Weibel should take my life savings and go to a casino. Honestly, he seems to be nailing everything.
Dude, then the replacements: Areola, Dotson. Who else is there? You can even honestly, as sad as it is, you can argue Kim. But he's like on a league minimum. So is it?
I'm not gonna kill him for like the I don't know. I was gonna say I'm not gonna kill him for the injury players, but at the same time, like I love Pedro, and I think he's like the biggest and best what if player in the club's history. Because I
Because it's
think
really coming.
genuinely,
I think it's really coming down to it now. Like I think he can.
I genuinely think Pedro is awesome. But when you signed him, he had several injuries, including a major knee injury. Like that should have been we woo. I'm gonna spend. I know my owner's cheap, and he's giving me $8 million to
10
spend.
or 8 mil, yeah.
Yeah, and you're gonna spend it on that. Like, with all due respect, like not a good idea. I, and then the Paul Arriola thing, like, yeah, of course he tears his ACL and whatnot, but realistically, like, you were gonna shell out a giant TAM contract to a dude who's been on the decline. Like, that's also not good business. Like, ever since we even made that video, he's made more and more and more and more moves. His biggest hit has been Jesus Ferreira, who has been like so wishy-washy. But that's what I'm saying. You're cringing. I get it. I'm cringing too, but like that's literally his level. That's Craig's level that we're calling that as like
we
the
gave an
best
arm
thing
and
he's
a
done.
leg, and we gave an arm and a leg to get Ferrer, which is very
Bro, like it
depressing.
was like 2.5, 3 mil gam, like, and he's a
That's
high
that's
TAM with a
Georgie money
DP.
right there.
Bro. Yeah, exactly. Like, and then granted, like I don't want to. I think honestly, if you had, let's say for example, you stuck Ferreira into the team with Prime Raul and Prime Nico, I think he would actually be really, really, really well in that. But like him being your marquee move, like that's the move that defined. That's like the best move that he's made, and it's like at best, it's like he's had good moments and good games, but inconsistent. That's the best he's done, and he's made several fucking moves.
Ingoing and out. He's just in general, ingoing, outgoing.
Yeah, and like I understand generally speaking. Let's say all things are equal in terms of like quality. The owner, the GM, and the coach. Let's say all things equal in quality. Let's just put it like that. I understand getting rid of the coach first because usually the coach hasn't done shit or like whatever. But this to me is so nuanced where it's like you have this legendary manager, one of the best managers in MLS history. You have the worst owner in the MLS, or at least one of them, at least like bottom three guaranteed. You have the worst, yes, the worst GM. Like, and then you have this legend, and then you have this legendary coach who has done so well at like he's like reminds me of like the Jurgen Klopp of the MLS. Like he's gotten so much out of so little.
So little.
It's insane. And like we're gonna fire him because it's like, oh, this is this is just how it goes. To me, generally speaking, I agree. If you need change and let's say all things are close to equal, you move on from the coach first. It's the easiest thing to do. But we don't have a squad where you could put Pep Guardiola in this team.
He's not doing shit. Dude,
Pep maybe takes us from 0-6 to 2-4 at best. Maybe. Yeah, cool.
No, yippee. I would say 1-1-4.
Yeah, exactly, right. But that's if we had Pep, we're gonna say, "I'll fire Pep." It's the thing to do. I'm not saying Brian's Pep, but my point is, in the MLS context, you're not gonna find very many coaches in history, in the MLS history, that have been as good as Brian Schmetzer as recent as this year. I mean, it was like, I know we made the joke, it's our record start. We've had our best start in club history and we're still 5th. But like, even as recent as this season, he was getting so much out of like such
little.
mid quality. But then the injuries have been the worst they've ever been, and now it's all starting to unravel. But it's
I was gonna say too, I think we really, using one of Will's quotes, I think we definitely been paying for past sins because the start of the season, yes, on paper we started off well, but when you watch game by game, we were getting away with blood,
bro. That's what I mean. We kept saying again, it goes back to it, not sustainable. We are shithousing our way game by game, which we had to do, right? Because even then we were starting the likes of like, with all due respect to these guys,
like
Tino Lopez and Peter Kingston. Shout out Peter. And just these guys like this, game after game after game, trying to roll these guys out, and we were squeaking away with wins and results. And now it's all because at least at that time we had Christian, we had Alex and whatnot, but now we've got none of those guys. Yeah, now we've got none of those guys, and it's just all unraveling.
And isn't it so ironic how we had like a World Cup break, a 2-month-long break? And we are less rested than before that break.
Yeah. It's
like there's a problem. There's a like this is I don't know if I said it last stream, this stream, things are gonna just start bleeding together because if you guys are watching this, we had started a stream, shit was kind of hitting the fans. We had to restart the stream by viewers' request. Things look like they're going pretty swimmingly. I'm really happy to see that. Thank you to everyone that's here. James Eno, I saw you in here. Awesome guy. Love always listening to what you have to say. It's a culmination problem. Ownership, GM, like I'm not, again, it's just not a sole reason. Like obviously there's bigger slices of the pie, but fans, media, like there is so many issues. Owner's cheap. GM just straight up dog water poo. Brian, he seems rattled. And obviously, again, I don't think Brian, like, I think as much as people don't agree with me, I truly think Brian has a lot more say in the transfers than we think, because he was asked that in the interview about like, oh, we're not, and commented saying we're not going to make a panic signing, this and that. And that's the same thing Craig was saying. So obviously, if he's saying it too, so like, obviously, like, he doesn't seem like he cares about making a signing either. And then the media, Sounders of Heart, Lobbying Scorchers have been gaslighting fans into saying no this, no that, F Rave Green TV, clown video this. Like, fans, they shun you, they belittle you for thinking, oh, Morse he's our all-time leading goal scorer. Hasn't done anything in 2 years. Has the second or third most highest paid player. Rusnak is not consistent. He's not a player that if you want to be a series contender, cannot be your highest paid player in the team. There is so many issues from everywhere. And that's why we want to do this live. And yes, unfortunately, this is not going to be a consistent thing. Unfortunately, I don't have the bandwidth anymore to continue this channel. That's why I haven't been able to post. But also at the same time, too, I've sadly really lost interest in this team. I canceled my season tickets 2 years ago because I knew it wasn't going to get any better, unfortunately.
Which you guys should, like, if there are people like in the chat that are seeing that, you got to cancel. I feel like if we're wanting to actually make change, people need to cancel their tickets. And I feel like the biggest, I don't mean to cut you off by the way, but the biggest thing about if we did fire Brian Schmetzer, I think that would be like, that's the last Jenga piece. You pull that out, and I think it all crumbles, honestly.
Drunk Jenga or normal Jenga? Just kidding.
Bro, this whole operation feels like drunk Jenga. I'm going to be honest, man.
Pulls out. Will you accept $7 million for Obed Vargas? No.
No, never.
Will you let Georgie go to the clubs that he wants to go in Europe? No.
Nope. Never. Yeah, dude, the panic signing thing is so stupid. You shouldn't have, by the way,
dumbest logic ever.
First of all, if you even have the ability to make a panic signing, then you should have the ability to make a signing that you've been working on for way longer. Also,
even the one player we're fucking rumored to. So I've been to a Feyenoord game. I know a lot of people like Feyenoord fans. I reached out to them when we were linked to their player. All said he's cheeks. And then we even had the Benfica fan who used to play there. What's the dude's name? The guy we were linked to, I forgot his name. But
Tangstad or something.
Yeah, like whatever. That. All of them say he's ass. So even if we're linked to someone, he's shit. And I don't even want to hear the excuse, oh, but it's MLS. Dude, MLS has improved a good amount. The mid-table teams are good now. You need, if you're not going to make a signing for 4 years, like, fuck me, you better make it worthwhile on some of these rumors. But dude, no, Noah Ohio. If we thought Noah Ohio, like Brody was never adamant on Noah Ohio. I was a little bit more adamant. This is fucking worse. This is terrible.
Yeah, because it's at least Noah Ohio is like what, 21, 22 years old.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, this dude's in his prime. This is bro's peak, and he is laughing stock.
And Feyenoord fans, or is what Noah called him, dude, the way he pronounced Feyenoord was so fucking funny.
Feyenoord.
Yeah, he said something really stupid, but you know, it's just. Dude, like, and you know what I noticed too? Total side note. Why are a lot of the bigger name players we've been linked to all from the Dutch league?
Holy, shout out, what was his name? Dario Spikic, the guy from
Dinamo Zagreb. I forgot all about him.
Dude, that's our level. That's
even because remember, even Dinamo fans were saying we should sign him because they didn't want him.
Yeah, and by the way, all social media, the Feyenoord fans are just like, oh, no, don't take our best striker, please. No, don't do it. Like, dude, like, that's how you know you're cooked, bro. But it's like, again, this is our level. This is the players that, first of all, our GM and our scouting team can't scout anybody. So it's not like we can get this hidden talent. But we don't even have the ability to shell, because a DP spot is like, yo, maybe you're not the best scouting. Maybe you can't scout. Maybe you can't find talent, but at least you can find a Antoine Griezmann who wants to come to the MLS.
Dude,
You don't have to
I
fucking
think
scout him. You know he's
we
good.
fucked up with Griezmann. I know this is like total
That's a
now shine you're
generational fuck up.
reaching, but we fucked up.
Dude, we had every chance to bring that guy here.
We could have, and people, but hey, this might be a moment where Sounders at Heart and Lobbying Scorcher would be like, "Oh, these guys are just fucking pulling bullshit out of their ass." You cannot, you cannot say like we could not have at least tried to have gone for him, but we don't have any fucking roster space. I'm sorry, I've been swearing a lot. We have no roster space. If we cannot at least put our names in the hat, have the availability when we can't go for him,
bro. Because like ideally, like your DP spot is like. Your DP spot can usually just be like the free card you get where you don't have to always scout someone in the mud. You know, like you can DP signing someone who, for example, Raul. We didn't have to scout Raul. Bro was the top scorer in Liga MX.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, like Obafemi Martins, Clint Dempsey, like they were high profile players. That's your DP spots are like you can get away with not scouting because you could just anyone who fucking knows ball could see, oh, this guy's about to expire. Oh, like look at this guy. We know he's well known and established. But those spots are gone. Those free get away with no scouting cards are gone. So now we have to ask our idiot GM and the scouting team.
And his team, I don't know what they do.
Bro, and yeah, you're going to have to ask them to scout talent, which they can't fucking do. So that's why we end up with the Dario whoever and the Casper Ting. I don't even know his name. That's why we end up with this level of these level of players, man. Because we have no chips. We have no bargaining chips. God forbid. I mean, we do have a U22 spot, but holy smokes, dude. I wouldn't trust. I have no faith in them scouting a quality U22.
And
the only one we did scout that was quality was Pedro because he was a fucking $8 million player and like a well-known prospect out of Argentina. And it doesn't even matter because he's just hurt all the time.
And also he took up a DP spot in the end.
Exactly. That's my point. Like that's the only talent that you scouted, but bro, De La Vega at one point was one of the highest regarded Argentinian youth players, you know.
And
so
people are bringing up people are bringing up the money stuff too. Isn't it crazy to think about a combined total from Atencio, Vargas, Leyva, Georgie is still less than 10 mil? God. We couldn't even muster 10 mil from the. We'll even throw Reed Baker Whiting into it. These 5 guys, we're not even reaching over
Man
10
City
mil.
Legend. Reed Baker Whiting.
Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. Like, and even with all this money we made, we don't even want to do anything. We keep selling internationals. But again, this squad, like everything about the Sounders right now is tits up. It's not good.
Yeah. And also to James's point, I'm not going to say how I know, but I know that's a true. I know that's a true fact. What James is saying, De La Vega was scouted. Like, I know, I'm not going to say how I know, but I know that's true.
Sounds about right.
So it's literally
the
like
math is mathing there,
bro. It's not even like exactly. It's not even a current what do you call it? A current GM and his team. It's not even their product. It's like someone else's. Like they didn't even do their own fucking work to sign that guy. But yeah. Anyways,
there's the only way things will change. It probably won't have. I think I'll give the team this. It's too late to do anything now. You honestly kind of have to just ride it out with what you got.
This year's chalked. The only thing is we can decline Rusnak, which is like, I mean, you would think after the shit storm that has been this season that you would not re-sign Rusnak. You would not accept his option. But holy smokes, dude. If Rusnak closes out the second half of the year with remotely good numbers, I fear we're running it back with him. So at this point, as much as it sucks to say, I don't want Rusnak to do good because I want him off my fucking team. I don't want Rusnak to do well. Like, and honestly, I just wish we had the money because we could so easily buy out Jordan Morris. Like, so many owners.
We all get every team gets a buyout. Every team gets a buyout.
And like he's a DP, but he's not like a fucking messy DP making what 10 million, 15 million. He's making like what 2 something.
Yeah, I want to say 2.
Like for an owner that's supposed to be like a multi-millionaire, almost billionaire, like okay, maybe not billionaire, but
it's never gonna happen. But realistically, if Sounders really cared about a gun to head, we were Sounders GM, or just even in general for the Sounders organization. If you want to if you value this season, which if you don't, that's fair. I'm not speaking on your behalf. But gun on head, you have to try to do something to muster up the season. You have to cut a contract. You
Craig
have to
has
cut
to.
someone's deal. And the most reasonable person to do it when you think about the landscape of everything is most likely Jordan Morris.
Yeah, because you can at least get off of Rusnak's deal without having to pay a penny at the end of the season.
Yep.
But yeah, if you cleared up Morris's DP spot now, and then ideally if you have a scouting team you're fucking working on, you should already have a
Someone
couple
lined
options
up.
in mind.
Like, for example, when you sold Oba and you brought in Nico.
Exactly. Yeah, you should ideally, if we had a good owner, you buy him out. We should already have a signing lined up. Cool, write it out with like I'm sure you could probably turn that ship around enough to maybe make the play in, but then you could at least move on from Rusnak at the end of the season. But we're never going to do that. We're never going to do that.
And that's the problem is like at this point, like it's so sad. Like it's so sad that it had to have come to this point of like, I think Sounders will just make the playoffs. It is an interesting conversation of like what will happen if we don't make the playoffs. I still think we will, like with how expanded the playoff format is now.
And how shitty the West is, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we're in the West.
Because we're in the East. Yeah. We would be in like Philly's position if we were in, and we lost to them. Yeah. And the teams we're losing to right now too is like we could, I actually wouldn't mind if we talked a little bit about this. Portland up to the 5-1 game, because we never spoke about it, obviously. They were bad. They have an interim coach outclassing Brian. They have players like Kelsey, who has been really bad since signing for the Timbers. What, he has now like 3 goals against the Sounders? Mm-hmm. That's as many goals.
Now, bro, they just now leveled us in points.
After I know.
Last few wins against
and
us.
They've been terrible. They literally just sacked their coach.
With the game over us, they've played one more game, and they're just now leveled on points. That's the kind of teams we're losing to, bro. And Philly's not great either. Like I know they brought Kai Wagner back, which is a great signing for them, but overall, your best player is a fucking child who stiff-armed Rusnak into the floor. By the way, that was crazy. He just grown manned our fucking DP player, but yeah, whatever. That's the kind of teams we're losing to right now. Like,
and I mean, we also in the end we got completely swept by Portland. We didn't get a single point off of them in probably one of their worst seasons, at least at the point of when we played them, by an interim coach. We mustn't forget this interim coach, only coached the team for a couple of games, and he's gonna leave with his head high, knowing he slapped up the Sounders twice.
He's a legend for them.
Oh, well, yeah, he is. I think there was like some stuff that like fans will start buying him beers and stuff, and he was telling him what him and his wife like, and so it's like, but Brody, this is what we deserve. This is what we get because there's a majority of the fan base that said no. You, Sean. Like Morris is good. Like you're just a hater. Rusnak is a good re-signing. Like.
Yeah, bro. Like
we keep tying our hands behind our back, and I'm so tired of it. We don't even want to try, and there's just so much waffle by everybody. So much waffle. Oh, we can't make a panic signing. Oh, it wouldn't make sense to buy somebody. Just try. Just give it a go. Fuck it, dude. Fans would be so excited about it. Like fans were excited about Casper, but then obviously they saw their stats and they're like, oh, maybe this isn't good. But like, just that little bit.
Just the possibility of a Seattle Sounders summer signing rumor just sparked everyone's like, whoa, what? Craig Weibel making a signing this summer? No, this can't be a thing. This can't happen. Like even that sparked a lot of interest. But like, just
obviously when you look into it, you're like, oh no, maybe not.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, are we gonna get like much better at this point? Like I don't know how.
I know the excuse of saying we want to sign, because that was Craig's biggest thing is we want to sign players that will make a difference to this team. I used to clown him all the time for it, but like a lot of players will make an impact on this team. I think the commentary during the recent Portland game, we're talking about Davon Joveljic. I'm pretty sure you're the one 2 years ago before he went to SKC said we should look at signing him.
Yeah. Bro,
I don't know if I would sign him now personally. I still think he's good. I just don't know if I would sign him now.
I don't think he's not in a situation with us where he could succeed, which is crazy because if you told me, like, if you dropped Joveljic into last year's setup,
yeah, he would be
during that hot summer period, I think he would have done
numbers. Because Musovski was tearing it up.
Bro, he would have done numbers, I think. But I think now it's like, man. And like, bro, I also want to talk about something, dude. we, as much as we have our complaints about, sometimes Nuhu is a fucking moron and does stupid things. Sometimes this player does this and that, but just if we take off the Sounders goggles real quick and look at the entire landscape of the MLS, we genuinely had for like the last 5 or so years, like not taking into account DPs, the supporting cast, we genuinely had like we lucked into like a generational supporting cast. Like my point is like guys like Jordan Morris that we signed, because I mean now he's bad, but for a long time he was a great like
Great,
third,
like,
fourth piece.
yep, exactly. I was about to say
Maybe
that.
not the most technical player, but like he was a great third, fourth piece for several
Added a different
championship winning
dimension.
teams.
Yep.
But
Yep.
he found how often are you going to find a fucking one of the top at the time top American prospects playing at fucking Stanford and rejects the Bundesliga to play for Seattle? How often are you going to find that? Never.
Never.
You drafted the Roldan brothers. One of them has made 2 World Cup rosters. That's who have we nailed in the MLS Super Draft in the last several fucking years, right? How lucky was that? And then Alex Roldan knew who was like to come with a
Sounders
guy.
too. Yeah, Sounders too.
Yeah, ended up being a quality starter for a long time. We lucked into Stephen Fry was a Toronto FC reject. Comes to us and
we
is one of the
traded. We
greatest
got him for a
keepers
draft
ever.
pick. We got him for a draft pick.
And he comes to us as one of the greatest keepers ever. How lucky, like, and how generational has the supporting cast been just to squander half of that away with the DPs that we've had? We're not gonna. I'm scared, bro. In the next 3 years, bye Christian, bye Alex, bye Nuhu. Who are we gonna fucking replace him with?
You know,
We're not gonna luck into. We're not gonna slip and fall into this roster anymore. Like, think about all these players that we've had and how like niche it was to even get players of such quality through the super draft, through fucking college, signing out of college, through whatever. Like, dude, man, we
even Georgie was a good gem that we picked up. Just even talk about we picked him up from the Czech second league.
Dude, that's my whole point. Like, look at how we had such a generational just supporting cast, because that's been our supporting cast for
a long time,
for the last 5+ years, and they were good enough to win Leagues Cup last year and make the playoffs several years in a row with terrible DPs that were either injured or when they played just weren't even that much better than their
counterparts.
Right? Yeah. There's MLS teams that have such a horrible supporting cast that are being carried by DPs or just a mid supporting cast. We had a generational supporting cast where if you put the right DPs, like we saw with Nico and Raul and
dude,
JP, it led us to fucking trophies.
But isn't that so bad that you look back on the teams from 2014, 2019, you're like, they were miles better than the current squad we have now. And you look at everyone in MLS and the way that they've leveled up from that time to now, that's where you should have that realization of like, wow, I'm done with this. Like, this is not good.
Yeah. But where are we going to find these players? Like, I know we have frustrations about Jackson Reagan, but that's like the closest thing we've gotten to that kind of, player that we just found from the middle of fucking nowhere in USL 2 or something like that. And now he's a starting center back, but that's one dude. Like, how are we going to replace, consistently replace like a Nuhu or an Alex? Because we're not going to spend money on these positions, bro. We're not going to. Like, we found these dudes were like rejected players or draft picks or stuff like that. We're not going to spend money to replace players of that quality. Because realistically, bro, Nuhu at his peak could have been sold for several $1 million. Same with Alex.
Never sold him.
Like, yeah, and dudes that we got for nothing. Like, how are we going to replace players who are like literally international caliber players by not spending money? Because we're not going to spend money on them. So you're telling me it's going to be guys like Cody Baker, like, respect to these guys, but Cody Baker, Kalani, like these dudes, it's just not good enough consistently. And shout out Kalani. I don't like KKR does look good, but my point is like that's the level now. Bringing in like a Kalani and guys like that. We used to bring in a Christian and a Nuhu and an Alex and a Fry, and that used to be our like squad players that were, the foundation of the team. Where are we going to find guys of that quality? Now we're getting like Ariolas and Dotsons.
And throwback to when we used to bring players like Roman Torres, Jovan Jones, Marco Papa.
Dude, exactly. Like at least back then we
Ivan Schitz.
Yeah.
What a dumb signing Dotson and Ariola were. I would even argue even Ferreira's really teeter-tottering on that for me. It's just silly business season from us, and it's just
Yeah. Ferreira is the only one of those moves where it's like I could see the logic behind it.
But how you built the roster, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Like, why bring him in and then you re-sign Rusnak, and it's like, okay, well now you just shove Ferreira out of position the entire time, and then clearly when he plays the 10, much more involved, much more capable than Rusnak, but he's never going to actually play there because Rusnak's making $3 million a year.
Yeah, he's our highest paid player.
Bro, it's like the same thing. It's like, okay, you know that Pedro de la Vega is coming. Why don't you sell Leo Chu for $4 million when he's not going to fucking play, right?
But then in the end, he throws a fit because he's upset he didn't get the move, and then we ended up selling him for peanuts. Obed wanted to leave. We had good offers on the table, but we wanted to risk it because we thought we could win MLS Cup, and we didn't even get remotely close.
Should we start getting into some of the comments?
Sure, guys. If you want to start asking us some questions, I think it's a good time. Everyone drop a like first and foremost. Let's try to, I don't know what we're at with likes. JJ, let everyone know. Let's try to hit a like target. And everybody, drop your questions. I mean, as we said in the previous stream, now this is a one-off stream, a very special one that we wanted to do for you all because there's so many of you that have reached out to me, Brody, on the page, personally to us, saying we would love for you guys to talk about what's going on, and we felt it was a good time to do it, and we wanted to at least try to bring a place where we can talk about stuff and have a space where it's okay, whatever your freaking opinions, agree, disagree, we don't care. Like, you're not going to get gaslight. You're not going to be considered in the freaking Rusnak brigade or whatever bullshit that means. And we just also express our frustrations because it's not even just a team thing. It even kind of comes down to us too as fans, like a sector of our of the fan base, where it's like the way that we treat each other because of what we think or what our opinions are. I think it's so, because at the end of the day, we're all Sounders fans. We all want to see this team do well. Yeah. But like now we're at a point where like fans, like so many people have commented, I would actually think it'd be better for us to miss the playoffs. Like that's bad if you're in that type of state where like, oh, I want to see this guy not play well because I want him off the team. Like it needs to hit such a crazy breaking point. Like that's bad. That's not good. That's not healthy.
Like, I don't want to be like that.
I know, and I don't think it's a good thing. And like, I don't like going to games anymore. Even you guys have offered me tickets to go to games, and I still say no because I just don't want to do it anymore. And that makes me sad. I used to love going to Sounders games. Brody and I would see each other. We would, have a good time, like doing fan reaction, things like that. Like, but like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like I canceled 2 years ago, and a lot of other fans have not really. I was a little surprised by some of the dude. I felt bad for fans that went to that 5-1 Timbers game after the World Cup, but
man, oh god.
Okay, I'm gonna start going over some of the questions. So yeah, as JJ said, shout out to Monitor JJ. JJ's also running the Instagram account now, guys. He's helping run the social, so big shout out to him. As I said, on to newer things in my content journey. If you guys have seen him and following along, mad respect to you guys during the World Cup. Hit some really good peaks. Got to do a lot of good things. Okay, Subaru. So after this vote to get this Craig guy out, how soon does he leave? What are the immediate results? I do not know.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I think
isn't it at the end of the season?
Yeah.
But do those votes really, do they really matter? Like, is there anything that's actually going to happen?
I honestly, I can't say that I know. If people in the comments or in the live know, like, if there's been like a track record or a history of this actually impacting anything, then that'd be nice to know, because I genuinely don't know.
So 13 Big Browns, and we need a new coach with fresh ideas as well. Brody, you're the Schmetzer stan.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing.
I agree and disagree with this. I agree and disagree.
Yeah, so in the general sense of, like, let's just say generic team A. Let's say Team A is not getting the results. Generally speaking, I would look at, firing the manager, of course. But I think, like I said, it's so nuanced. Like, Brian has shown as recently as this season, by the way, for the last decade, that he can get so much out of so little, and that when you give him quality players, he can win trophies. And it's been like that for a decade. And then you have this idiot owner, this cheap, broke owner, and this idiot GM, and this clearly underdeveloped, not good squad, and this legendary manager up here. So to me, it's hard to just sack Brian. To me, that's where I'm at. If we had a competent GM and a competent ownership group. Like if this was even, for example, when Ziggy got fired, at least we knew like this is an ownership group who's willing to invest in the team, willing to bring a Clint Dempsey and Oba, a GM that's very highly regarded. I'm confident. Yeah, even if Ziggy was a great coach, rest in peace. We're confident that we're going to bring someone in that's good. If we were that club, then I'd be like, you know what? It sucks. I personally don't think you should go, but I could see it and I would back it. But I fucking don't want to give Craig Weipel the opportunity with his greasy fingers to be like, let me hire my next coach. Preki, come on over. Like, I don't want to give him the opportunity to do that. Like, for example, I want to compare it to the Seattle Seahawks, which we made a video about.
And weirdly, that video actually didn't do that well, but that's past the point.
It didn't, but like,
hey, but we got it off our chests.
Like, it was in a similar situation, except I don't think you can compare Brian and Pete Carroll, in my opinion. But like, similar situation where, we had a competent GM, moved on, and we had a great coach lined up. And if that was the situation, if we had the next bright mind in football, the next goated coach in the MLS, then I'd be like, sure. Absolutely. And if it was like, because Brian's more of like a man manager guy, like he does have his tactics and whatnot, but they're not like, he's not a tactician, I would say. He's more of like a man manager, next guy up kind of guy who can get the most out of a little. If we had the next bright mind just on deck, then I'd be like, cool. Like I could back it and I'll support it. But with how things currently are, I generally just don't think we will. Like what Taco Kid says here, yes, like I'm sure you can find a better coach than Brian. Like in world football, you can find a better coach. I don't see it happening. Like I don't see us having the facilities, the brain power to actually pull that off. So, yeah.
All right, next question. Why do we not draw Rusnak to play next to Brunel and play the? Yeah, okay.
I get the idea.
I get the idea.
In theory, Snyder should be able to run around because he's a kid. You could have Rusnak be the possession kind of 8, and then you can move Ferreira into his actual position. But it's weird to say. I almost think Ferreira would be better suited to play the 8 over Albert Rusnak, because Rusnak's not going to move. How did we have success in Leagues Cup last year? We had Christian and Obed everywhere flying around the pitch. Now we have Snyder Brunel, who can fly around a bit, but not to the degree of an Obed Vargas, and then Rusnak, who might be one of the most immobile players I've ever seen in my life. So that to me is not going to go well. I genuinely think, because Ferreira's smart, Ferreira can hold possession, and Ferreira will work defensively. I genuinely think it would be better to put him in the double pivot, which is not a good idea. But, I would rather him do that than Rusnak, but I'd rather fucking neither. How about Rusnak just get off my team? And then we could put Ferreira at the 10, or we could say goodbye to Ferreira too, and then we could just rebuild. But we can't do that. So
you're asking for
whatever.
Too much there. David saying, giving us basically props. I would say that despite the previous disagreements, I think a lot of people are on the same page right now.
Yeah, now that everything's in
it's up.
The problem was the air. Like, to me, it was the fucking the arrogance and just dismissal of discourse. That's what pissed me off. Like, yeah, you can disagree with the opinions. That's totally fine. But just to be like, just to completely undermine them, belittle them, and refer to them as a brigade, like they're bots. And that's what another thing they did. They would refer to people as bots with that don't think straight. Bro, you are the last person to talk. You can barely fucking juggle a soccer ball. I don't want you to ever belittle my ability to evaluate soccer players, to give an opinion on the Sounders. Have you seen that LeBron James clip where he's like, anyone else on your roster, but not you? Anyone else can say that, but not you. Whoever know, people that know that clip, that's what I mean. Not you. People can say shit, not you, bro. You can't even juggle a fucking soccer ball. You can't even put together sentences that are coherent half the time. I don't want to hear you try and belittle my opinions. That's what was pissing me off.
Oh, yeah, no, I 100% agree with what Brody said. Do you think that the Sounders will ever sign a big name along the lines of wow, dude, this is Craig Weibel's gonna start crying if he heard these type of names: Messi, Griezmann, Lewandowski, Royce, etc. I'm gonna say no. Oh, ever? Well, I mean, yes, but in the near future, no.
No. I don't see it happening. I mean, the only
Okay.
way is if we get a new owner, right? I mean, oh, man.
James Eno. Shout out to James Eno. Dude, James, I've been seeing some of your cameos on their fan reactions, which I think is ironic because I honestly, honestly, um,
Oh, bro.
I think it's so funny how much hate like starting my page I got, but like realistically, Rave Green TV needed to walk for Lobbying Scorchers to run.
Yeah, and it's funny, like the things that I don't know, the things that you either
The
did or said, like they followed suit. You know
I
what I mean?
know,
Like
yeah.
you did this, you pioneered this space, they copied it, and then like
I mean,
even
like
our
it's
takes
fine.
now.
I don't have a problem with it, but I wish there was just like a better like like the mannerism to it. Like
Yeah, I wish there's people that actually knew what they were talking about that did those things, that conducted those fan cams. But it's like, but even to like today, our takes walked so that they could fucking run. I mean, we've been saying this shit, and now after years of clowning, now they're saying the same thing. Oh, whoop de fucking do, right? But no, it's yeah,
and I totally agree that like opinions can change, you can be wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. But the amount of blast Noah used to put me on was fucking absurd. Like,
that's the problem. It's the way you go about it. That's what
yeah,
pisses me off. And there's like sometimes maybe things get heated, maybe discussions get passionate because we're all passionate about the team.
yeah.
I mean, you know, we were once upon a time, but
Can't say the same now, but
yeah. I mean, I still, but you know, I can see how things can get heated maybe because we're all passionate about this team. But the just genuine like belittling, the blatant disrespect, and like
we
just
can even
the
throw Nico Moreno in the hat. Throw back to
dude's a
when he was like
fucking moron, bro. Like, I gotta be honest, man. He might be the biggest idiot out of all of them.
oh
It's just so
man.
funny, like so much, like he's such a little joker. You know
I
what I mean?
it's funny how much he used to like talk so much shit, but then like he has his own segment on
God.
like the YouTube channel. Like I have no problem with Nico. I honestly have I had no problems with any of the people with in that
Yeah, yeah,
organization, but I just don't like so much animosity towards anyone that was like outside of their space that wants to
yeah,
create a voice. Like I just don't like that like at all. Like I don't especially
yeah,
I mean no Noah literally came on as a on a fan. You were there, Colin was there, like people that we know that have been on fan were there. Noah
yeah,
even asked me to give Lobbying Scorchers a shout out. He's like, hey, I really would love to like so I'm saying he loved watching, or like that's what I don't get. Where's this animosity come from? I don't get it.
yeah,
It's so
yeah.
dumb.
No,
We
but
all
like just to touch on Nico Morant, like again, I never really had a problem with the dude until I saw like how he like actually interacting with the dude. Like I haven't directly interacted with him, but just being a part of RGTV, seeing how he's moved, it's like, bro, like the whole Rashford thing, that was
oh
so
yeah,
stupid,
stupid.
bro. Like I, when people are so blatantly stupid, like that genuinely pisses me off. Like, bro, we're not in the. Why are you trying to hold us to the same standards as like a fucking beat reporter? That's obviously not what we are. So why are you trying to make those criticisms, dude? Am I going to criticize you for doing a
Botching
bad
a
job at?
thousand trans like news.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But am I going to criticize Nico Moreno for being, you know, doing a bad job of being the president of the United States? No, because he's not the fucking president of the United States. So why? Like my point is like, why are you criticizing like things that we do that we're not even in that field? You guys are making false reports. No, we're not. We're a fan channel talking about some bullshit, not bullshit report, but like talking about news that
News
happened,
that comes out, yeah.
which their fucking center at Heart Media also did. No problem with that. But when we do, it's a fucking problem.
Yeah, that's funny. So I'm
Golly,
saying
man.
is and this isn't to like start a beef thing. This is not at all it, but we just it's how the topic ended up conversation ended up growing to.
Yeah,
James,
I
I
just
don't think sadly there will ever be an opportunity to have you on. But Brody and I have actually enjoyed a lot of the things that you've said. We've actually spoken about it.
he's like we've sent each other
Because
some
like
of
I
the
think because
things that
James,
you
you
said.
talked
And
about how like Sounders Media is part of the problem. I think you were really cooking, but because of the platform you were on, you didn't fully want to air it out. But I thought you were really cooking with how like, well, this is part of the problem because we are enabling it. we're also like there's the biggest media spheres that can voice opinions are enabling this.
yeah,
Okay, we'll answer a couple more questions. I think we call it a day. It's been an hour, and then obviously so many technical issues. Timbers fan here. The injuries are egregious, and I feel for you all. That being said, I feel like the Ferrer and Areola signings have been regrettable. They need a marquee signing yesterday. I love what he doesn't even say today. Yesterday.
Years ago, not even yesterday. Years ago.
The thing is, too, it's like, oh man, poor Will. I mean, I haven't spoken to Will in a while because again, I don't talk about MLS anymore, but
yeah.
He used to get so much flack for Will literally said this previous offseason was the biggest turning point in Sounders history, and we didn't do anything.
Remember when he had a take that was like the Sounders used to be ambitious.
Yeah.
And then the Sounders media were like, well, the Sounders have never really actually been that ambitious.
I think that was, yeah.
Dude, bringing in Clinton Oba, yes, I know technically the MLS helped with that transfer, but that is ambition. You went out of your way to say, we want to bring Clint Dempsey to the MLS. We want to bring him to our club. How can we make this work? That's ambition. Bringing in Oba for the Martins, bringing in Raul Ruidiaz for a record fee at the time. That's ambition, bro. That is ambition. Don't ever say that the Sounders haven't been ambitious. Maybe the Sounders haven't extraordinarily spent a crazy amount, but they have been ambitious. Absolutely, they have.
It was a whole
discourse was like, that's such a, bro, you're arguing about like semantics almost. Well, we weren't technically ambitious. Like, you're arguing definitions, like slight differences in definitions, bro. The fact of the matter is the Sounders have made ambitious moves. Like they have.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And now we don't.
Well, it's, ironically, the thing is that with people, the people that are with, like, but the thing is, at the end of the day, like Nico, Jeremiah. Well, again, I don't know 100%, but they're part of this. Like, they get fed by the Sounders. So if they do anything that's out of line, you're cut.
Yeah.
So when someone's talking complete shit about the team, like Will was saying that they're not ambitious, Nico's gonna back you.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't agree. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's not even the point of the conversation here. But let me see if there's any more questions. We'll call it. Is Weibel gonna sell anyone else for GAM? I think he's gonna sell whatever more in our only because of what we got another international roster spot. We'll probably sell that one.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I thought maybe we were freeing that up to sign somebody, which I guess no, because we need it for if we sign the Casper dude, then we need that. So yeah.
Feyenoord's best player.
Dude, if we sign this dude, like if it's like a 4-year fucking deal, like I'm gonna be pissed.
Throw back to here's another good example. Christian Tiffert. You guys remember him? DP was honestly a big name at the time, like was big for us at the time when we signed him. It didn't work out after just 6 months, and we said, see you later.
Yeah.
Everyone remember Wolf Ikram, who wasn't even that bad. Wasn't even a DP. After 6 months, see you later.
Dude, this is a bit of an exaggeration, but Wolf Ikram is just Rusnak without set pieces. Like, think about it, like a somewhat technical player, but like doesn't really like crazy impact the game in terms of open play contributions. Like, I don't know, bro. Maybe that's harsh, but I'm fucking pissed. I don't care.
I think if you change the roster too much in a given offseason, you're setting yourself up for fail. We didn't.
Yeah, but we're also not.
We've neglected it. We've also neglected the changes.
Yeah, but also, like, we're not even saying this all has to happen right now. Like, the center need to rebuild. That's gonna take a couple years to see the fruitions of that. But we have the opportunity to take steps by steps. Even if you say let's say you want to scrap this season. Let's say you don't want to buy anybody out because you want to save that money for transfers and contracts. You have the opportunity to take steps by step. At the end of this year, don't bring back Rusnak. Let Yamar walk. Okay?
And that coming from Brody saying let Yamar walk is crazy. He's literally got a Yamar jersey, which...
Dude, it sucks. I love Yamar. And, like, my Sounder hot take is that Yamar is the GOAT center back at the Sounders. Probably an unpopular take, but in my opinion, if I'm a striker, I would rather play against Chad Marshall.
He got so mad he hit his mic right there.
Bro, like, But my point is like that's how highly I value Yamar. But it's like again, you got to move off before. Like imagine we bring back Yamar on a multi-year deal, pay him a lot of money, and it's like he's so clearly on the decline. Like move off of him. Don't bring back Rusnak, and you can start this process bit by bit by bit.
This guy says, Brody, you remember this guy? Sign Mohalu. You remember him?
Yeah.
Should we sign him? If you guys don't know who he is, this was like Iran's backup striker at the World Cup that I warned Brody saying he's ass. And then Brody watched the New Zealand game and he's like, I see what you and another one of my friends that lives in Arizona was texting the same thing. Like, I could see why you guys think this guy's complete ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not signing him. This is a very positive. It's just a comment. It's not a question. I know you guys have other interests, but these voices are definitely needed. Appreciate you coming on tonight. No problem. I'm not excited to see and read the comments of when this becomes a video because I already know it's gonna. Yeah. Well, whatever. Sign Big Tolu. He plays now at Wolves now.
He became a Premier League striker. When I talked about him, he was worth like 6 million. I think 7.
He's worth like 20 now.
Bro, yeah, exactly. Like, there's even another, like, the last transfer video I did, both the strikers I mentioned both went on to, like, do better than, like, they both ended up being good. I'm not saying I'm a crazy scouting guy. I may have just gone to transfer market and looked up.
But hey, that's more than anyone on the staff has done.
Bro, I actually did the work to find these players, watch their attributes, and I'm like, these guys would fit, and I think they're going to be good players. And they end up being like that.
I think a big thing for us is we need to just free up roster space. I think that is a good, I don't know. Can you agree? Can chat can agree? Free up roster space. Step one.
Yeah.
Because if we do not have the roster space, we cannot try to go in for a Griezmann, Lewandowski, players that have now come into the league. And in my opinion, for shitter teams than the Sounders.
Bro, like, I'm sorry. If you told me in 2014, 15, 16 that we would be getting what do they call it? Like big fish or something, like in Europe when like let's say Arsenal hijacks a deal from a club and it's like they got big fished or food chained or something. We got food chained by the Chicago Fire in Orlando City. That's our level right now. Like if you told me back in 2014, 15, 16 that, yeah, dude, Chicago Fire are gonna food chain you guys for, a top signing. It'd be like, damn, bro. Like, damn. And again, like to back up your point, it's much better to have a team with direction than a team that's stagnant and complacent. So maybe let's say we free up roster space and let's say we take our time, we let go of players, we buy out Jordan, we don't resign Rusnak, we take the time to fire Weibel, bring in a qualified GM, and we take our time scouting and making these signings. At least, even if we stink during that time, like I don't even know if we'd be that bad because losing Rusnak and Morris is like that doesn't really change the team much. But at least during those struggling periods, we know that we have direction. And to me, that's better than being a stagnant, 6 seed out in the first round with an aging roster that you just keep bringing back and overpaying. I would rather have direction and move into a different era than do what we're doing now.
So it's Taco Kid said, and this is probably gonna be the last question we answer. Guys, if you haven't already, drop a like, and that's it. You guys don't need a sub. There's not gonna be any more content. Maybe in like years down the line, but you just drop a like, that would be awesome. That's it. What is the likelihood of us freeing up a DP slot next offseason only to give that DP I thought I was just asking the question. In regards, okay, I'm gonna remove the Ferreira part out of it. Because that is what you're saying is not un-Craig Weibel-like. What are the odds of us freeing up a DP contract? I think it is very contingent of how we finish the season off. If we miss playoffs, I think if Weibel's gone, he's gone. Whoever the GM is, Brian, Craig, organization, I think it does 100% force their hand to having to make a splat. Like they have to, at that point, like they at least have to do that. Like they're not that dumb to not do something like that. It depends on how the season ends, how things end up panning out. That's how I view it anyway.
Yeah.
If we make playoffs, I don't think anything changes. Keeping it a buck.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have to add anything to that.
Okay. Do we sell our souls, let Bezos buy the club, and get all the Amazon blood money? That's so crazy. Even these signings below Griezmann and Lewandowski that New England, Charlotte, DC, others have made are intriguing. Meanwhile, we do nothing but call Tacoma.
Yeah, like, dude, Charlotte getting Alan St.
Same.
Maximin.
After getting rid of Zaha, like what the
They
fuck?
just got a Saha regen. Like, cool, sick, cool. Now we're gonna get a Danny Musovski regen probably. And what's his name? Casper.
Casper
Whoever.
Tringentent.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right, I think we're gonna call it there, guys. I appreciate all of you for watching this. If you guys are watching this, hopefully it was entertaining. We'll see what happens. I think just follow the Instagram account. Shout out to JJ who's been running it and doing a lot of work behind the scenes on that. But yeah, I would just say stay tuned. Follow the Instagram account. Appreciate you all. And boys and girls, I hope you'll have a lovely day.